All right, so tonight we wanted to go over attraction marketing, which is something that is super, super, super important that you guys learn to master. Because like honestly, like Jericha and I, we both, I want to say Jericha, I think you started like April 9th, right? Didn't you start April? Yeah. Okay. So I started April 8th. She started April 9th. I think she started like a year behind me though. But I went Ruby in 22 days. She went Ruby in 21 days. And then we both went Diamond extremely fast in 90 days. And honestly, learning attraction marketing, and I didn't even understand that that's what I was doing until like I learned what it was afterwards. And I was like, wow, I've been doing this whole entire time. But learning attraction marketing is literally going to help your business explode and help you to move so much faster because it's going to be bringing people to you. Like, who wants more people? Put it in the chat. Do you want more people in your inbox, people messaging you, asking you about the product that they keep seeing you post about, asking you about the business that they see you posting about, filling out your influencer application? Like, who wants more of that? I'm going to mute. What's up, Lynn? Instead of feeling like you're constantly going out and searching for people, like put in the chat, are you trying to get more people coming to you, wanting the products, upselling themselves, joining the team on the spot? Yes. Okay. So learning attraction marketing is going to help you with this. So before we dive into like what we're doing specifically with the business, I kind of like took a bunch of notes on attraction marketing because I want to teach you what it is, and then I want to show you guys what Jericha and I both do in our business to teach you how to implement it into lifestyle posting, business posting, product posting, all the things. Okay, so attraction marketing is a term for a method of marketing a product or service. It works by providing valuable information about the item before convincing customers to buy it. It's a powerful marketing strategy for both lead generation and brand loyalty. Sorry, make sure everyone's muted. So write this down. How to implement attraction marketing. The biggest thing that you want to do with attraction marketing is share your story. Like we say all the time, share your story. This is how you can emotionally connect with your audience for whether it's customer or distributor. I know with my team lately, like I'm really focusing on put emotion into everything. Okay. So when you're talking about the products, like sharing your story is basically talking about what the products are doing for you and talking about like how you felt before. Like I've lost 7 pounds in the past month from our products. And so I'm really focusing on my jeans weren't fitting very well. They felt really tight, but now they feel great. You want to focus on like that. Like we're emotional beings. We are emotional buyers. If they feel emotionally connected to you and the product or the business, that's what's going to bring them in. So when you're talking about, the products, don't just talk about how they really work or don't just focus on showing other people's results. You need to have your own testimony. You want to share how the product is empowering you, how it's making you feel, what it's doing for you, the weight loss it's giving you, the skin that it's clearing up, the bloat that it's taking away, like whatever your like main products that you focus on, you want to be able to focus and talk about what it's doing for you, because by you talking about what it's doing for you, your customer is going to connect with how you were feeling before you're using the products, and then they're going to see the products as a solution for what they're feeling. So let's just say we all can relate to when we gain some weight and then all of our clothes start feeling tight, right? That's why I focus on my clothes were feeling tight. I was feeling like, gross, like didn't have the energy, all of that. I talk about where I was before, and then I talk about what the product's done for me, of how it's giving me energy. It's helping me to lose weight. I don't feel bloated. My clothes are fitting better. I'm being more confident. Do you see how like everyone can relate to how I felt before? And then now that I'm like showing them that I'm coming from a place that they want, like maybe they're at right now. Sorry, muting. So I'm coming from a place from where they are of like feeling tired because their diet's crap, or gaining weight, not feeling so confident, feeling like their clothes are tight, but then now I've got this solution for them. So with the product in the business, you're basically taking people and meeting them where they are right now, and then you're inspiring them to make a change for weight loss, clearing their skin, whatever it is that you focus on for that, and then also like how the business is going to be a solution for them for income wise. Does that make sense so far? You put it in the chat. So this is why we stress auto ships. We don't stress auto ships to just get you to pay for stuff every month and like waste your money. We stress auto ships because if you are consistently using your products and you are being a a product of the product is what we call it, that's what's going to make you more money. And that's why it's so important to run that auto ship. Like, yes, if you're newer, you're maybe like, okay, $80, like auto ship, I don't know if I could do that. But there's so many different ways to be able to afford that. Like, don't be in that mindset of, I can't afford this auto ship. You need to be in a mindset of, I'm investing into my business and myself. And I know that by having this auto ship and having these products in my hand, using them, showing people that I have them in my hand, showing people I love them, getting my own testimony and results for them, it's going to invest into your business, and it's going to, in return, make you more money. So that's why we focus on that. That's why we focus on results. Who here put it in the chat. Do you have results for products? And if you haven't gotten results in a long time, like, when was the last time that you got results? Like, have you gotten results in 2021, or are you still posting about your results that you got a year or two ago? You need to get new results. Don't just have results from like 6 months ago. Have results for something new. Even if, say that you don't even have weight to lose, I would focus. I mean, you could still focus on like the weight loss system and like all the products that we have, but maybe even focus on hair, skin, nails. And like, that's the quickest results. Like, within 2 to 3 weeks, you have results for hair, skin, nails. Or focus on the eyelash serum, or focus on skincare or collagen, things like that. No matter what your body type is or where you're coming from, there's definitely a product for you that you can get results with, or at least have a testimony where you can talk about how it made you feel and what you love about it. So the next thing that you need to do for how to implement attraction marketing into your posting is connect the product or business to help these people. So kind of what I was already just saying is how you want to show them the product and the business. They need to be the solution for the people. I know I'm kind of like repeating myself. I just kind of jumped ahead of my notes. So you want these people to visualize like, okay, this girl, like I said, with the products, like where she was a month ago, but now she's already lost 7 pounds and she's using these products and talking over and over again about how much she loves them. This is going to be my solution for me feeling the exact same way that she was feeling a month ago. This is my solution. I could see myself doing that. I could see myself losing weight with the products. With the business, it's like, okay, so I'm going to talk about, before the business, I was a broke single mom on state help, and on, food stamps, all those things. But then I joined the business and this is what it's done for me. Or before, I used to be in a ton of credit card debt, but then I joined the business and the business has given me the income to be able to pay off my credit card debt. And now I'm debt free. So you're meeting those people where they are with their story before. So never be afraid to go too into detail of like where you're at, even if it's like where you're at right now. I know that in the beginning, I was afraid to talk about how I had state help. Like, that was so embarrassing for me. Like, I didn't want to talk about being on food stamps. I didn't want to talk about how, we were on medical and how I used to have help paying for daycare, like literally any state help that I could have. I had it. I had WIC when the girls were young. Like, I had all the things. I'd stress out in the line and do little WIC checks and like have everything in order just because I was so embarrassed of it. But there's nothing to be embarrassed about. That's my story. That's like where it came from. And when I started opening up about those things and where I like came from and what I was really going through, I started reaching my audience at a different level, because then I had moms who were on state help. I have moms who understand being on a WIC and not being able to afford those things. And now they see that like I've come from that and where I'm at now and like what it's done for me. And that it inspires them. Like, they can see themselves doing the same thing. Like, oh, this girl is just another mom just like me. She comes from the same place that I came from. And now this business has done XYZ for her. Like, that's incredible. I could see it doing that for myself. That's exactly what attraction marketing is. You want them to see the products in the business doing exactly what it's doing for you, but for them. And that's how you're going to box. Making sure it's mute. Okay. So, okay, for potential distributors, share about how the business is helping you pay off debt, be home more, vacation more, provide income, get off state assistance, etc. Help your potential distributors visualize how they will be helped financially. Can everyone put in the chat, like, what did you join for in here when you first joined Networks? Like, why did you join? Were you in debt? Were you on state help? Are you a college student? Are you trying to pay for college? Are you like, what are your goals? And like, take any kind of self-limiting beliefs off the table. Like, what do you want this business to do for you? And like, where are you starting out and where are you coming from? Date nights, gas money, wait, where'd I go? Diaper money, extra spending money, pay off debt, trying to pay for groceries and car payment, diapers and bills, extra money to pay for some of my bills, wanting to stay home, be a stay-at-home mom, and lost my job due to COVID, vet bills, groceries. Okay, so all of these things matter. And do you guys see how like like they are kind of like the basic necessities of life, right? Like you want to be able to pay for your freaking groceries. You want to be able to pay for your car bill. You want to be able to stay home. Like these are all basic necessities that you guys were wanting. And by talking about those things and where you came from for, okay, I can't even afford groceries. Like I'm on state help. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Or, okay, I'm working 2 or 3 jobs and it's not paying all the bills right now. Just really starting to understand like where you came from and starting to talk about that to your people. That's exactly what's going to bring you in. I joined with Katie, and do you want to know what post I joined off of? I didn't join off of some big bougie, like bought a house, bought a car. I'm so rich. I'm spending thousands of dollars. I joined off of a post about $40 where she literally had $40 in her hand and she was like, uh, it's not, I could honestly maybe almost even recite the post. It was like, I used to, after the bills were paid for the month, like I wouldn't be able to, we didn't even have $40 to our name, or it was something like $40 was all we had left over to pay for gas and groceries and everything for the month. But now she was basically like spending $40 on going to the strawberry festival. I have no idea what that is, something wherever she was from, but she's taking her family to a strawberry festival. How small is that? Like, don't think that, I think that people come into this and they look at people, like they start comparing their chapter 1 to everyone else's, like chapter 7, 8, 9, 20, 30, of like, oh, look what they're able to post about and what they're able to do now because of the business. Okay, stop comparing yourself to that. And you need to start somewhere. She signed a freaking triple diamond off of a $40 post about going to a strawberry festival and having family time. And that's when I was like, screw it. Like I've been watching her forever. I want this family time. I'm frustrated. I'm broke. And I joined her. Okay. You could join it, have a triple diamond, join your team off of posting about being able to pay for your gas. You start really small, and then the small things start to compound and they start to grow into bigger things. So right now, if you're newer and you're like, okay, I don't have this huge success story to talk about where I came from and where I'm at now, that's okay. What you want to do at this point when you're newer is you want to talk about where you came from, but then you're going to talk about your excitement and passion for the business and where it's taking you and what it's going to allow you to do. So maybe you're newer and you're like, okay, I don't have a success story yet. How am I going to attract people? Because like I don't have a big bougie car, house, any of these things. Those things don't matter. Okay. You're going to talk about where you came from, what your story is before finding it works. And then you're going to talk about finding it works. And then you're going to talk about where are you going? Like the whole way, like before I went diamond in 90 days, like I didn't have a big team behind me. I didn't have a big success story. I wasn't making much money off of this, any of that, but I was still able to promote quickly because I talked about where I was. And then because I had so much excitement every single day on my social media for my business, and I let my audience know where I was going. I was like, okay, at first I didn't really think that I was actually going to quit my job. I was like, I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Like, that sounds crazy. But after going Ruby in the first month and just seeing how quickly I could move, I was like, okay, I'm quitting my job by the end of summer. And so I just started talking to my audience on my social media every single day, posting about like, I'm quitting my job by August 31st. And then any little thing that got me closer to that goal was something that I shouted out. Anytime I signed a customer, anytime I signed a new distributor, every single time that I got chartered for promotion, every single time that my team got chartered for a promotion, anything that brought me 1 inch closer to that big goal of quitting my job and being able to stay home, I shouted that out. So if you're newer and you're like, I don't have a huge success story, tell your people where you are going and inspire them and show them, make goals and then make them happen and crush them. Don't just make goals and then don't keep saying like, oh, we're going diamond this month, we're going diamond next month, we're doing this, we're doing that, but then never having a follow through. Like if you're going to put your goals out there, you need to have a follow through, because that's what's going to give your people that confidence and see that it's changing your life. And then that's what's going to show them that they can do it too. And they're going to have that trust in you to see that you can help them to make that happen. And that's what's going to bring them to you and be in your inbox. What I have next. Okay. When sharing about your story and your journey, when you're writing your business post, when you're sharing about your story and your journey, you want 80% of that to be about where you were before. So the reason why you want like 80% of that post to be about where you were before is because you want to connect the people and you want to reel them in with like where you were before, all the emotions, how it made you feel, the frustrations that you went through, and you want, to be able to connect those people to connect to that. And then 20% about the post after that is going to be about it works and what it's done for you. So instead of focusing on a very small portion of like where you were before and then all these things that you have for goals and like what it works has done for you, you want to flip that and you want it to be 80% before it works. All the frustrations, how you felt, what you went through, where you were, and then what it's doing for you and how you're getting out of that and how this has been a tool for you to overcome that and to get to what am I saying? Get past that. So you're basically having them connect to it, and then you're like, bam, this is what I did to get out of it, and that's exactly what's going to reel them in and bring them to you. I think that that's pretty much all I have for attraction marketing on like just like the basics of it. Does anyone have any questions on that? And then if not, I'm going to go into Jericha and let Jericha kind of talk about like how she uses attraction marketings in her posting to bring in customers and distributors. Oh my gosh, everyone's talking about Jamie's baby. He's the cutest. Okay, cool. All right, Jericha, I'm gonna let you come on and speak about what you do for attraction marketing.
Yay! First of all, I miss all of you so much. I see all your pretty faces and I wish we were together. But hi, thank you so much for having me and my team on with you guys. So I actually just went back to some old Facebook posts when I first started the business because I was curious how I know, just kind of like Ashley said, somehow she was just kind of a natural with posting attraction marketing style, even though she didn't know what that was. I was really similar in that way too. And I feel like I was similar to that, to kind of already doing it naturally. One, because I followed like all the tips that we have in the team page. And when I started, we had like albums saying, do not post like this. And it'd like show you specifically how not to post. So not only did I follow that, but I just knew that I didn't want to come across as like pushy or spammy. I wanted people to just be curious what little old Jericha, who used to be broke, was actually doing to make money. Because I also knew that I followed this journey for so long. I followed Brittany for over a year and a half. And, you know, she never posted spammy, but I knew that I didn't want to be a part of her business until the day I finally knew I wanted to be a part of her business. So I didn't want to come across as pushing people or like being a billboard or anything like that. So attraction marketing to me was really simple because you guys probably know this about me. Right when I started my business, I knew actually it was similar because we had the $5,000 Emerald bonus in your first 2 months. And I knew that I wanted to get that. So right off the bat, I was already talking about going Ruby really quick, even though I really didn't even know what that was. And that's where I noticed that my attraction marketing kind of started, is just claiming my goal before it even happened for me and just talking about what that was going to do for me. And then when I actually got there, I talked about what it did do for me. So Ashley, you really touched on like all of the basics on what it is. So I don't want to kind of repeat us tonight. So I'm just going to kind of go into how I used to post. I actually took some screenshots, and it's interesting because attraction marketing, I want it to be something you're not overthinking, but at the same time, with all the content that you're posting, think about in your head how it can relate to the business without saying it's related to the business. Just knowing like this is a post that I want to reach someone so they're interested in what I do and everything that you post. And I truly do this with all of my stories. You know, I post 10 to 15 times on my stories every single day. And if we're going to the park for the day, I'm going to take a boomerang of the kids and put a tiny little caption on there or whatever you want to call it and say, I'm so happy that we can do this on a Monday. That's attraction marketing right there, because so many moms might have been on their lunch break seeing my story saying, man, I wish that I had my kids home. So then the next time they see me, and also I like to touch on it being a balance. I really would say that I'm probably like 80% attraction marketing. And then the other 20% is like direct business posts. So kind of having that balance of the attraction marketing. So kind of putting all these layers on top of each other for that one person I'm speaking to. So then when I finally post that I have 3 positions available, they're like, oh, well, you know, I've been following her for this week or however long, and I've been so curious. So maybe this is my opportunity to see if one of those spots are for me. And also I would like to say, I love that, Ashley. I was actually going to share your own story, Ashley, of like the festival thing. So that was really cool. And then on the flip side of that, I followed Brittany for so long, but I followed her with the bigger things. The bigger things are what finally made me take the leap. So I saw her start from wherever she was a year and a half before that. I don't even remember, but she was probably posting about smaller things, maybe like paying her SMUD bill or whatever. And then when I finally decided to join with her, I think it was right when she bought her house is what was like, okay, she like, I'm renting a room. I don't want to be renting a room. I don't want to be in Section 8 housings. I want to buy a home someday. So now I'm curious. So I also love to touch on that too. So the people that just like similar to what Ashley said, your triple diamond could be watching you. Well, your triple diamond could be watching you right now, but maybe she doesn't sign up for a year and a half until you do go triple diamond yourself or double diamond yourself and pay off that loan you were talking about, or go debt free, or reach that income that you were, well, I guess we can't say income anymore, but reach that rank that you're posting about because you're claiming it today. You have your vision already. You know where you're going, whether that's you being brand new and you're going Ruby, talk about that. Plant those seeds. Attraction marketing is seed planting. And then when you post that, I think I don't follow an exact like timeline of when I post. In my opinion, you cannot post too much. Some days, maybe I only post 2 times on Facebook. Well, the next day, maybe I'm super inspired, or we're having a really busy day, or I see a post that inspires me to write something. Maybe I post 5 or 6 times the next day. There's really no wrong or right as long as you're posting consistently every single day, and you can never post too much. And I truly believe this goes for your Instagram feed as well. I used to think that it was important to just post once a day, but honestly, the more you post and interact with people, when you're posting those attraction marketing posts, people are going to open up their platforms, their social media, their Facebook, their Instagram, and they're going to see you first. They're going to see your post first. And so finding the balance between posting attraction marketing style with every single thing that you do. If you go and buy groceries, take a picture of your groceries. I kid you not, slap a filter on it, put it on Facebook and say, I remember a time where I used to struggle to buy groceries like these. That's all you have to say. Literally 1 or 2 liners are golden. And you follow that with the next post. Like I said, taking your kids to the park, or maybe even us. Like my big thing right now is I've been working really hard to improve my credit. And, you know, I got an email that my credit score went up. So I'll just crop that, your credit increased by however many points. And I'll just make a post talking about how I've never dreamed of, you know, having good credit in my whole life. I thought I would have crappy credit my whole life. And then next thing you know, I'm going to post that opportunity post, you know, in a few days, and all of those seeds that are planting are going to, the positions are going to open and people are going to message me. And I will encourage you guys, again, don't overthink this. Just have the business mindset, because you are a business owner. Okay. And like, our life, yes, we're in this for freedom, but if you want to go somewhere like Ambassador Diamond, our life revolves around our business. You know, we have the freedom to be with our family, but we are business women. And if you have that in mind with every single post, even when you are of course, things like pumping gas, that's another great one. Like every single slide that you put up, mention, a simple way to put it is mention something that you're grateful for. You know, like I said, buying groceries, going to the park, being able to buy your daughter a birthday gift. And I'm speaking for myself because these are all things I've been doing recently. And claim your goals publicly as if they're going to happen, because they will happen if you make them happen. You know you're going to make them happen. So post about it. And just like you guys saw, I started this for extra diaper money, and I didn't quite see myself making more than that, but I did know it was possible because I saw Brittany buying houses and cars and retiring her fiance with this. So I knew bigger things were possible. So starting with that small goal. And then as soon as I hit Ruby, like I said, we have this Emerald bonus back then too. As soon as I hit Ruby, everyone that had followed me, seeing that I went Ruby, was interested. And then I immediately claimed my next goal publicly. And it wasn't always like, do you want to go Ruby too? Message me below. No, it was just me talking about how excited I was to reach Ruby or Emerald and get that $5,000 bonus that I was eligible for, and so on and so forth. And I still do that now with my goals, and I just continue to plant seeds. So don't overthink it would be my biggest tip. And I would love to read you guys some examples. And if I run across one that is not appropriate with our compliance, I will kind of edit it as I talk. So forgive me. I have, and always post a cute picture. Great tips were shared last night with Jocelyn and Katie on our team Zoom. Take pictures once or twice a week of whatever it is. Get yourself and your baby dressed up in a cute little matching outfit, or put some lipstick on, whatever makes you feel good, and take a ton of pictures so you can post about them. And I have this example here. And it talks about the business, but in a direct way, to where I'm not saying buy my thing or join my team. Okay. It says, so I took a picture of Rose, and it says, Rose, when I tell her to smile for a pic, and I put some emojis. And then I said, I'm forever thankful and grateful for the freedom of time I'm earning. We are able to just pick up and take off for the day to one of my favorite places. And then I tagged the little place. And then I talk about what we did. I treated us to fun treats, delicious food, apple beer for me, and most important, so many memories. The memories is what I do this for. For years, I told myself I would always be poor, just like I grew up, that I'd never be successful with anything, and that I'd never be able to support myself, let alone my kids. And here I am doing it and doing it well. I've never felt more confident or more proud of the hard work I put in and the obstacles I've overcome. This has been a game changer, and for making the choice to become a business owner, I'm forever grateful. I'm so excited to go double diamond and take my babies on vacation before the year is up. So I'm clearly talking about what I do for work, but I'm not saying, come and do this with me or fill out my application. I'm just talking about what it's doing. And that is going to reach someone. And it was a great tip that Jocelyn Yates shared last night. Post with one person in mind. I am always talking to that single mom just like me. And something like this, building those memories, is something I didn't know if I would ever be able to do with them. And I can kind of give you guys another example. Oh, and another way to kind of plant those seeds. And attraction marketing works great for products as well. I feel like Ashley touched a lot on that. And I'm very similar, just sharing those like non-scale victories, or even if I don't really have a non-scale victory yet, because obviously that takes time to get your own results, talk about where you're going with your products and what they're going to do for you. And it doesn't mean buy this at 40% off. No, this is what I'm using and I'm so excited because it's going to do X, Y, and Z for me. But another great thing you can do, planting seeds about the business. And again, it's not saying join my team, but post about every single customer you get. Crop the picture and put it on a selfie and say, oh my gosh, while I'm making dinner, just got Kate started with her fat burning pills, or whatever it is, the lingo that you use for your products. And I'm not saying, hey, I have 3 positions left, but I have people that will message me from that post, like either about the business because they see I'm successful in getting customers, or they're like, oh, I saw you post 4 times today about this person that's getting started on this. So can I get the info? And same with my stories, you guys. Like, I started using the cleanse and the gummies and the skinny brew and the thermophyte X. I use all 3 trio products, or whatever you want to call them. And I woke up one morning and my stomach was just a little flatter than normal. I haven't lost any weight on the scale, but I just felt a little better. I did a quick boomerang with my shirt pulled up a little bit, and I signed up 2 customers that day. And I did that in the morning, and it wasn't until the night. So it was those people scrolling at night that reached out to me. And the next day I signed up 2 customers just from that. And it wasn't no crazy results. It wasn't anything like super vulnerable. I just pulled up my shirt a little bit and showed my belly and said, wow, I wasn't expecting this, or something like that. And people reached out. So like I said, my biggest tip would be share every victory. A lot of you guys were in the conference house with us. You can share pictures that we took together without necessarily it being a business post. I have this picture. It's a one team, one mission. That's what they're called. I don't even know what they're called anymore because of like COVID, but they used to be called one team, one mission. And it just says my tribe with like emojis. And it's a picture of all of us. And it said, not only have I found the business of my dreams, but I found a new family and lifelong friends. This means the world to me. Like, I'm not reaching out to anyone, and 45 people like that, and those are people that I messaged, I'm sure, and I probably signed a couple of distributors just from messaging them and starting that conversation, whether it was that day or 2 months from then. So just again, planting those little seeds, talking about the boom season. You don't have to say anything but a selfie of you looking like a hot mess because you've been on Zooms all night. Say, oh my gosh, business is great, it's our boom season, I am just so grateful for X, Y, and Z. And like, that's it. I swear the 1 or 2 or 3 liners with some emojis are so catchy. But I think that'd be it, unless there's anything specific. Just kind of, and you can, if you are someone that is new that wants to go after that $5,000 bonus that you're eligible for, we are allowed to say eligible for this $5,000 bonus. That's new with compliance. So talk about it. I have a post right here where I'm talking about my $5,000 emerald bonus. And I ended up earning that because 1, I believed it and I was posting about it and I was claiming it. And 2, I was planting seeds all along. So as they saw me enroll the customers and grow the team. And also when you do sign a distributor, post about it. I don't care if I sign 10 distributors in one day. I'm going to post 10 times about each distributor and show that people are starting my team. I don't care if I got 1 distributor in the month. I'm going to post about how my team is exploding. I can't keep up with my messages. This is so great. It's our boom season. And attraction marketing, exactly what it is. Attract people into you and think about the reason why you're here. That's all I got.
Literally so good. Thank you. Okay, so I want to make a note of something that she said. So she said post for or post with one person in mind. Okay, that was actually something I want to talk about tonight too. So you have to stop trying to attract everyone, and you need to understand who your audience is. And who your audience is basically going to be who you are. So, if you're a single mom, you're going to be, like she said, she's going for that mom that's in that struggle that she was in before she joined. So I'm going for the single moms who were on the food like state assistance, all the things like that. But does that mean that all I sign are single moms? Heck no. Like I've got girls who aren't moms on my team. I have moms who just want to make extra income and their husbands have amazing jobs. Like that doesn't just mean that I'm going to only sign that specific person, because I also, I don't just talk about every single day about, oh my God, I used to be on food stamps, food stamps, food stamps, and like that struggle. I also show, the freedom or getting to be with my girls and vacationing and paying off debt. And I show, next month, my goal next month is to have, in the first quarter of the year, I made a goal to have my IRA maxed out, and it's $6,000 that you could put into, well, for my IRA that I have every year, it's $6,000 that I could put into my IRA for the entire year. And I told myself, I was like, I'm not paying on that all year. I'm maxing that out in my first quarter. So I'm making sure that by the end of next month, I have my IRA completely filled for the month. And so, I'm not just talking about single mom things, like I'm also talking about other things, but my audience are moms, single moms, young moms, moms who want to be home with their kids more, moms who want that family freedom, moms who want to, be able to provide while being home, or moms who want to be able to help their husbands provide more. Those are the moms, like those are people, those are my people. And by showing up as my authentic self and by like telling my story and the things that I've overcome, one of my things that I like has been like my mantra is like grow through what you go through. And by growing through what I go through and like sharing about that, I'm attracting those same people. So stop trying to attract everybody and figure out, like, put it in the chat, like, who do you think is your audience? Are you a college student and maybe you're attracting other college students, or women who, want the freedom and don't want the 9 to 5, or, women who want to be able to vacation and travel more? Like, are you a traveler? Like, do you have a heart for that? Put in the chat, like, what kind of person are you, and who is your target audience that you're trying to speak to? Because, if you're not a mom, that doesn't mean that you're never going to sign moms, but you really want to focus on like the other women and people who are just like you. Instead of just trying to make these posts that are so generic and just so like all over the place with like trying to attract anybody and everybody, and just focus on that person. And that's really going to help you to like help your content, help the way that you're showing up in your social media and all of those things. Like, the whole who you or your vibe attracts your tribe, just showing up as yourself, and you don't need to be anyone else, because that's exactly who you're going to attract to you. So another thing, so some tips for your social media. Okay, if you feel like your Facebook or Instagram needs like a facelift, you're like, oh, something could be better. If you're like looking at the top leaders on our team and you're like, okay, their page looks like XYZ and mine doesn't quite look like that, go to the units tab in the team page and go do the social media academy, like bright, crisp profile photos, good bio, shouldn't say anything about it works. Good cover photos. Go give your page a facelift. Think of your social media as your storefront. You want it to be inviting. You want to represent who you are. And your bio should always be, about what they're basically going to be finding on your page. My bio, for example, is, let me grab it. My bio says girl mom, homeschool family, probably hiking, PNW living, architectural engineering dropout. So like, you just off my bio, that you're going to be seeing mother stuff and like my daughters, and that we homeschool. You're going to be seeing a lot of hiking stuff, especially when it's hiking season, and I'm hiking a lot more. And then I put architectural engineer dropout because I was going to school for interior design and architectural engineer. And I do like to talk about a lot of interior design stuff, especially now having a house to like renovate and do all the fun projects, doing all of that. Like, you're going to find a lot of that on my page. So your bio needs to be like who you are, and basically tells your viewers like what to expect from your page when they start to follow you. But a big tip is that you should not be able to go on your Instagram and see that you're in direct sales. Okay, so don't put, boss babe or rap girl or any of that kind of stuff in your bio. Nothing like that should be in your bio. That's a huge thing. Another thing is like, when they're going down your social, like your Instagram, like if you were going down my Instagram, you cannot tell. Like, it just looks like life. It just looks like posting. But as you're clicking it, sorry, I scrolled over. As you click on the post, then you read the caption and it's about a product, or you scroll over and it's like today, this is my product post. Can you tell from the outside that that's a product post? No. And by doing that and showing up and not just having before and afters all over your Instagram or before and afters all over your Facebook, and not just having those like pre-made flyer looking photos. Those should not be anywhere in your Instagram or Facebook. Though that's not attraction marketing. Like that's what feels spammy. You want to be able to you if you're looking at my page, you can't tell that that's a business post, but then I'm talking about Kate going diamond, and being eligible for a bonus this month, or I'm doing like inspirational posting, or I'm doing a lot of lifestyle mixed in between there. But looking at your page, like, you don't want people to look at your page and just instantly know, okay, she's trying to sell stuff. And that also goes with your stories. You want your stories on Instagram and Facebook to be like 80 to 90% just lifestyle and who you are, and vlogging throughout your day of like what you're doing and random things you're talking about. And then you want the other 10 to 20% to be about products and business. Because if it's just about products and business all the time, then they're going to know, like, okay, Jericha's only ever posting about products and business on her story. Like, I'm not even interested in clicking on what she's doing right now, because all I know is that it's going to be those little pre-made content slide photos asking who wants to try a cleanse. Like, that should not be your only story. It needs to be who you are. It needs to be what you're doing throughout your day. And then it needs to be little sprinkles of the business and the products in there. And that's what's going to help you, your people stay engaged. That's what's going to help your views go up. It's when it's not just product business. And that's the same for your posting on your Facebook page and your Instagram. It should not just be product and business giveaway post, product business giveaway post. If you're wondering why you're not getting interaction on your posting, I want you to go through your social media and be like, how often am I posting about lifestyle? How often am I talking about myself and like what's going on in my life, and not talking about product or the business? It should be every single day. You should be focused on 70% of your posting needs to be lifestyle, and then the other 30% of it needs to be a product or a business post. Think of it like a show, okay? You are the main character, your life is the show, and then think like, how often do you see commercials on a show? Like, you watch like 70% of the 30-minute show is going to be the show, and then the other little bits of that is going to be the commercials. Think of it like that, okay? 70% is going to be your life and who you are in the show, and then the other bits and pieces are going to be the commercials. Like, and that doesn't mean spammy, that's just a metaphor. But like commercials as in like, about the business, about the product. That's also what attraction marketing is. It doesn't mean just constantly throwing up a business and a product post every single day and saying all the right things and then expecting people to come to you. You have to show people who you are, because they're going to connect to you first before they can connect to the business or the product. Last thing that I think that I have to say is, it's really just talking about the products in the business, like saying the same thing but finding different ways to talk about it. Like, in the past week, I've signed 12 customers off my story. None of them were from a single host post. And I'm not saying don't use host post, because host post is where it's at. It's fun. You can mass enroll on host post. But if you want people coming to you, watch my stories, okay? I've been talking about gummies every single day. I haven't done it yet today, but I'm going to. And I'm switching up the way I'm talking about the same thing every single day, but I'm switching up the way that I'm talking about it, so it's interesting. Sometimes I'll do a boomerang of me taking the gummies, and then I'll talk about, oh, I signed my girl Jessica up for the gummies or the skinny pack. I give my packs like names instead of just TFX gummies and cleanse. Like, I like to give them names, so then I could keep saying like skinny pack, X pack, things like that. But I'm doing a boomerang, of me eating the gummies and then showing that I signed a customer, or I'm doing a boomerang of the bottle and then talking about how much I love it, and then showing, I'm doing tons of customer reviews from the Let It Melt page. That place is just gold for finding quick reviews that you can constantly do from new people, so it's not the same photos and images over and over again. And then yesterday I put my phone in my ring light, the no hands option, for recording a video, and then I just talked on my video about how I've lost 7 pounds, how my pants feel great, how I'm using the tea and the gummies, and then after that I showed a bunch of customer reviews on it, and then I'm really just switching up all the time. Like, sometimes I'm doing fitness photos in a mirror of me in like leggings and a sports bra. I'm bringing out like the fitness side of it, so it like you know, I'm not just sitting here telling people to pop a product and then lose weight. Like I'm also showing like I'm being healthier as well. And these are the products are helping me alongside of it. And I have people every single day. I've got 2 more girls that have messaged me about the gummies and they're just like ready to order. So just be excited about everything, share your journey, find different ways to talk about the same thing over and over again. And honestly, just your confidence and your excitement with what you have to offer, it's what's going to bring people to you. I don't care if you've got 1 distributor on your team, 2 distributors on your team, no distributors yet. Being confident and excited about where you are going and taking people along that journey is going to bring everyone to you. They want to be a part of that. That's going to like radiate and just attract them into you. So I think that that was all I had on attraction marketing tonight. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And then if you guys have any questions in the chat, we can